Hello everyone. Can you hear me? Yes. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Yuhan, and I'm very happy to be here with you. Just a quick note before we start. Today's session is being recorded. Once it is uploaded to our YouTube channel, you'll be able to rewatch any part you missed or review any key points. You will also find many, sorry. Um, I'm so sorry. Okay, um, I will go ahead and you can just rewatch any part you missed or review any key points. You will also find many other helpful tutorials there if you'd like to explore more of our features in detail. And we would like to hear from you, so you can just take a few moments to complete our short feedback survey. And I think your suggestions really help us improve and provide better tools for your business. So here's how we run things today. I will start with a short 5 minute introduction and agenda overview. Then we will spend about 30 to 40 minutes diving into the feature demos. And finally, we will wrap up with a 10-minute Q&A session. So if you have any questions along the way, you can feel free to drop them in the chat. And my colleague Vicky, she will respond to your question one by one. Okay, and now I will get started with the feature sharing. So today we're going to talk about BigSeller profit reports. Before we dive into the details of the reports, I would like to take a minute to talk about why looking at profit is so important. Because for many sellers, when checking performance, they tend to focus only on sales revenue or order volume. And that is useful, of course, but it is not the full picture. Two stores who have the same sales, but actually their actual profit could be very different depending on the cost, refunds, platform fees, and other expenses. So this is exactly why B-sellers profit reports exist. That is to give you a very clear, accurate view of your profitability, not just the raw sales, by looking at the order profit, your store profit, and merchant SKU profit. Um, you can have a check at which orders or SKUs are more profitable and how each store is performing after all costs are considered. And where you might optimize costs and adjust your pricing. And now, during the last month, we have made some recent optimizations and a bit of a redesign of the dashboard. Previously, some users mentioned that the data didn't always match the data in Seller Center, or they had to spend a lot of time every month checking numbers for accounting. So after this times update, the reports are more accurate, detailed, and easier to reconcile with the data in Seller Center. So today we will go through these reports and show how to use them for your data analysis and help you save time while making more informed decisions. And in today's session, I will focus on two things. First, I will explain the data dimensions used in profit reports. And second, I will also show you how to use these reports to check and analyze your profit data. And let's start with the three main reports dimensions, including order profit, store profit, and merchant SKU profit. So first of all, the order profit shows the profit for each individual order, and the store profit, this one, the second one, shows profit at the store level, so you can see the overall performance of each store. And lastly, the merchant SKU profit, and it shows the profit by SKU level, which can help you analyze which SKUs bring the most profit. Next, let's look at the order profit templates. There are two tabs of order profit templates. The first one is all platform general templates. And the general templates is here. This one, the general template, aggregates all revenue and expenses together, and which can give you a consolidated view of multi-platform order profits. And in addition to the general template, we also provide the platform specific templates for Shopee, TikTok, and Lazada. And these templates can provide more precise view-level product data that can directly matches each platform's seller center. And the data also updates in real time. So it's a real-time updates for the platform specific templates. And what kind of orders are included in our profit reports? Actually, BigSeller's order profit only shows orders that already have settlement data from the platform. They are the released orders. So they are the released orders by the platform's seller center. Put simply, as long as the platform sends back the release data through the API, the orders will show up in the profit reports. And which order statuses are included, mainly shipped, completed, canceled, and other status orders. Here, the others might include orders like new orders, in process orders, and to pick up, as long as the platform has released the settlement data of the order. So these orders will be counted into the profit reports. And also some canceled orders can also appear because they may still have the platform adjustments fees. So if the settlement data is not zero, the system will also count them too. Okay. And in BigSeller's profit reports, you can filter orders by different time fields and time tabs. The first one is the order time. This is simply when the orders was created. It is the same as the platform's order create time. And the second one is confirm time. Here, the second one. So for prepaid orders and COD orders, it uses the different times here. And for prepaid orders, it uses the payment time. And for COD orders, it uses the order create time. And number three, you can also filter orders by the release time. On Shopee and TikTok, it takes the settlement time of the platform, and for Lazada, it uses the transaction time. And finally, you can filter by the completed time in BigSeller and on Shopee and TikTok when the order status changes to completed. So it will take this time. And for Lazada, it means when the order status changes to delivered, confirmed, return or refund, and finally lost and damaged. And just a quick note, when you are comparing BigSeller's profit data with Shopee Seller Center, because I would recommend you use the order time because the order time uses the same calculation logic as BigSeller, so you can filter by that in Seller Center to compare the data with BigSeller. But for confirm order on Shopee, the confirm order time on Shopee is something like a black box field, which means we don't have the access to the exact value. So I just recommend filtering by the order time or other fields like release time or completed time. in Seller Center if you would like to reconcile the data with our reports. Okay, let's come to the next page and let's talk about how order profit is calculated in the general template. Actually, the formula is very straightforward because the order profit equals order revenue minus the cost of merchant SKU. This one is like the inventory cost you have to maintain in BigSeller's inventory module. And what is order revenue? The order revenue is made up of four parts. First of all, the product sales and platform subsidy, platform charges, and other fees. And we have already optimized the accuracy of this formula. That means as long as we're using the general template, all platforms will follow the same calculation logic. So you can use this formula to calculate the order revenue. And also on this screen, you can see a diagram that shows exactly which fields are included in each item. And on the profit report page, you can also hover over the question mark to see which seller center fields correspond to each item. I will show you that as under the general templates, you can find everything. There is a question mark, and you can hover your mouse to read the hover message, and it will show you the corresponding field in the platform. This here. So you can check that. And some users may have questions. How can I check order revenue in Seller Center? And actually, the answer is that you can check the order revenue in Shopee, Lazada, and TikTok Seller Center as shown in the following images. For example, when we say order revenue, it refers to the settlement amount of the orders on Shopee. This corresponds to the final amount in the bill. So you can find this amount here. And this is the total order revenue amount for this order. And on TikTok, it corresponds to the total settlement amounts in the bill, including adjustments fees. So you can check, you can find the amount here. And on Lazada, it corresponds to the amount released in the bills here. So whenever you are checking the profit reports in general template, just remember it's always revenue minus merchant SKU cost. And the revenue comes directly from the settlement data of each platform. All right, and now let's talk about the cost of merchant SKU and in profit reports. And this value comes directly from the merchant SKU cost sightings. So, and it's actually on the citing part. And you need to go to the citing page first, and then click profit sightings under order sightings. Here's the profit sightings, so you can select merchant SKU cost sightings. And there are three different ways you can cite it. First of all, you can choose the first option, take the item stock cost, or take the item's reference price, or prioritize stock cost price. If it is zero, then use the reference price. Okay, and let me explain each option in detail. First of all, the stock cost. When you choose the stock cost, the system will calculate the as profit, will calculate merchant SKU cost based on the actual inventory cost price of the shipping warehouse. And in profit analysis, the system takes the stock in and stock out price of the merchant SKU at the time it was stock out. So this means the stock cost is dynamic. It changes over time with each stocking and stock out. And the same as merchant SKU in different warehouses may also have different costs because each stocking operations will affect this stock cost. The first one. And also, if you choose the stock cost, it is important that your orders were all processed and shipped through BigSeller system. Otherwise, if you ship the orders in Seller Center, the system won't have the stock movement data, so you will need to rely on the reference price instead. So if you choose this first one, the system will take the stock out and stock in price showing in the stock movement records. So you can just search this order and find the corresponding price here on this page. And second, the reference price. This is like a fixed price set manually when you create a merchant SKU. And this one doesn't change with stocking and stock out because this is a fixed price. And it is also same across our warehouses for that SKU. So it is much more stable compared to stock cost. So I will also show what are the differences between reference price and stock costs in the system. First of all, I will show you the stock costs. This can be found on the inventory list page. So when you find the SKU, you can just click here to update the cost. So this is the inventory cost showing on inventory list page. You can also find the cost here. If you click this button, you can easily edit the stock cost. And now, what is the reference price? The reference price is a fixed price, so it is set up when you created the merchant SKU on this page. So there is also a column about the reference price of each SKU, so you can find it here, and you can also change the reference price. And this is the fixed price for each SKU. And also here is a very important note. Yes, here's an important note that is whenever you change the cost setting method or you update the cost of a merchant SKU, you will only affect the new incoming orders because the past orders will still use the old cost settings. So you might be wondering, what if I really need to update the cost for the historical orders on profit reports? And actually, no worries. You can go to the order profit page, like this page, go to reports and profit report. I will use general template as an example because there are three options available on the top on the top right corner of the page. So you can click here to update SKU cost manually. What you need to do is to input the merchant SKU and click this search button. If you have many merchant SKUs, you can use this comma and search multiple merchant SKUs in bulk. And after that, you can just find the cost of single SKU and manually update the information here. Sorry. And after that, this calls for the order cost, the merchant SKU cost for the orders will be updated immediately. So it's very simple. If you want to update the merchant SKU cost, Or here's another way if you would like to update the codes for many SKUs, you can also click here to import using a spreadsheet and upload the file. So you need to download the template first and input the new cost for the merchant SKU and also upload the file back to BigSeller and click import. So there are two methods if you would like to update the cost. Also, if you want to view the cost of merchant SKU, you need to use the inventory first. You need to create the merchant SKU and also maintain the cost. And also make sure the merchant SKU is already mapped to the store SKU. So when new orders sync to big sellers, the system will know how to deduct your inventory and how to calculate the cost. So this is also one of the benefits of using BigSeller to manage inventory. And it allows you to check your profitability um, in the profit module. Now, let's talk about how returns and refunds affect profit in BigSeller. So imagine if you have an order, but the buyer decides to return something or return all items back to your warehouse. Naturally, this impacts your profit, right? And the system handles this automatically, and here is how. First of all, about refund only. The amount refunded to buyer will be recorded in the under the platform charges the buyer refund amount, this column. So at the same time, it is deducted from your order revenue because the platform charges is one of the components of your order revenue. So it's automatically deducted. So your revenue reflects the refund immediately. And in addition, let's look at the cost side. When the returned items are scanned and stocking back into the warehouse on stocking return page, the cost of this SKU is also adjusted in the cost of merchant SKU. And here is the formula to keep it simple. And if there is no return, the merchant SKU cost would be the stock call price times the quantity. If there is any return, the merchant SKU cost would be the total stock call price minus the stocking price of the returned SKUs. And you can also check the details on inventory module, the stock movement records. So if you want to see the exact numbers for specific orders, you can just go to this page and just search by the order number. So we will find both the stock cost and the stocking cost here. So you can check exactly how the cost and profit were adjusted. All right, and let's move on to the order profits. This one is very important because this is a platform template. You might be familiar with the general template, which can give you a nice overview of the order profit across platforms. But some users told us that it wasn't very intuitive to see the exact fees from platform charges. They wanted a template that can show each specific field and how it corresponds to the amounts in Seller Center. So that's why we have done some optimizations for Shopee and TikTok platforms last month. And Lazada's platform template is also getting a full revamp, which is expected to be finished by September. So now we have done the optimizations for Shopee and TikTok Shop. And here is what's new. First of all, there is a order revenue formula hover for this the platform template. Now, when you hover over the question mark, the order revenue part in BigSeller's Shopee profit reports for Shopee dedicated templates, you will see the exact calculation formula, and this can make it easy to match your numbers with Seller Center. So this is the calculation formula for Shopee platform uh, templates, the order revenue parts. And for Shopee, you can use this formula because the order revenue equals product price plus seller voucher minus shipping fee minus platform fees minus tax plus refunds and adjustments fees. And finally, the lost package compensation which also corresponds to the final amount in the bill, like the general templates. So you will find the order revenue for the platform template and the general template is identical. All corresponds to the final amount in the bill. And TikTok and Lazada reports actually works the same way. Um, so when you hover over the questions mark here, um, to the order revenue, and it shows the detail and TikTok order revenue calculation here. Just go to the order profit and find the marketplace, and then and you can you can find the calculation method for the order revenue here. And also for the other fields, we also add this hover for each field. So you can just move your mouse over the area and see which fields it corresponds to seller center item. And actually, every field has been carefully checked by our product team. And after this time optimization, I think you should fully match the data in Seller Center. And I think this really makes your reconciliation much easier, and you can confidently use BigSeller profit reports now as knowing how the numbers align with what is in the platform. Okay. And And now let's talk about the store profit. This is the second report for the profit report, the store profit. So far, we have discussed order profit, which focuses on the profit per order. But what if you want to see the profit at store level? So that is where the store profit reports comes in. This report can aggregate revenue and costs for each store and give you a bigger picture. And here's the basic formula for the store revenue, the store profit. The store profit equals store revenue minus the cost of merchant SKU. And what exactly is the store revenue? It is made up of the product sales, platform subsidy, platform charges, and other fees, just like the order revenue. But here is an important point. The store revenue in this report is actually not the same as the order revenue in order profit reports. Why? Because store revenue also includes certain store level fees that are not recorded at the order level. So the store level fees will be included in the store revenue. Okay. Um, okay, and so this report can give you a more comprehensive view of your store performance, and you can also filter by the different marketplace and filter by the store to check the data of the individual store. But that is not all about the store profits. You can also manually record some offline expenses like advertising and packaging rents and others fees. So that your profit calculation is as complete as possible. Okay, I will show you these examples of offline expenses that you can manually add onto the store profit reports. Okay, now I will go back to BigSeller system and find the store profits. On this page, here is a button on the top right corner called Edit Other Fees. So you can click this area and it will take you to this detail page. And you can search, you can filter by the allocation time, like July 1st to July 31st, and also select the allocation store you want to include this expense allocation. And now you can add other fees by yourself, and you can add the value or reduce the value. And also, this allocation method is also customizable. You can just choose the allocation methods by store quantity or by the order quantity. And after that, you can just simply click Save and add this offline expenses into the store profits. And here's a reminder that is now we have already, BigSeller can fetch advertising costs, the ads expenses from Shopee and TikTok platforms. And those ads expenses will be automatically synced to the corresponding stores through platform APIs the next day. So here is that there is no manual maintenance required. So just do not add duplicates. You don't need to maintain the ads for Shopee and TikTok now because we can automatically fetch these expenses, and the expenses will be sync into. Okay, and here you can find these columns. Here's other fees, which includes the packaging materials, ads, rent, and others. Now, what we can do is for automatically fetching the ads expenses for Shopee and TikTok. For TikTok, it only includes the GMV max net cost. Yes. Okay, and finally, I would like to talk about the merchant SQ profit report as well. Actually, this report is really useful if you want to see profit at the SQ level. Unlike order profit or store profit, which focus on orders or stores, merchant SQ profit can help you quickly access the profitability of each individual merchant SKU. So this is great for your cost optimization and can help you make better profit improvement decisions. The merchant SKU revenue is basically the total money coming in for each SKU. It includes the total sales of the SKU and the platform subsidy, the shipping fee paid by seller, and finally the platform charges. So if you hover your mouse to this area, I will also show you this formula for the merchant SKU revenue. And because this report is SKU based, so we need to allocate various costs to each SKU. And for example, logistic fees are allocated according to the weight of the merchant SKU and the platform, and charges, subsidy, commissions, and service fees, and something like this, or allocated based on the discounted price of the SKU. And basically, the system automatically breaks down calls that are originally at the order or store level, so you can see a clear profit picture of each SKU. If you want to know the exact allocation methods, you can also check this help article, which explains in detail how each type of cost is distributed. So for each report, we have an FAQ introducing the content and how to read it. So you can just feel free to check our help center to know more details about those reports. Okay, and now I think this is all of the information I would like to share today. Now I think it's open up for questions. If you have any doubts or if you would like to get more clarification on any of the features we have discussed today, you can just feel free to ask me. Mm. Okay, and for platform subsidy, my store profit, which one? Product name. Okay, sorry. For the question, you want to see the product name in profit report manual, which page, which profit report, the general templates or other. I think currently you can check the merchant SKU for the older profit report, but not the product name. It's like the SKU name. It's merchant SKU name. Okay, so this is a request. Maybe you can just fill in this, scan this QR code and fill in your request here, and I will reply to you later. Can you also give me your contact and BigSeller account so I can follow up with you? Sorry. Okay, and for platform subsidy, my store profit shows a negative value. May I know which is the marketplace platform with a negative value for Shopee or other platforms? I think for Shopee, it combines two parts. First of all, seller voucher and um, the seller voucher and the Shopee subsidy. One. Okay. Yes, it's a Shopee voucher and Shopee discount. Discount. I think if it is possible, can you also send your BigSeller account? So I will like the technical team to check it for you. Okay. Okay. Okay, and if you have any questions or if you have any concerns about the report data, and you can just scan this QR code, and I will ask the technical team to check for you. Or if you have any other suggestions, you can also fill in your information to this questionnaire. Okay, and thank you so much for joining us today. Okay, have a great day. So I will end the meeting.